Hello, today we're going to talk about golden hand syndrome, and this is part 1. Have you ever been making love and after the first minute or two you go soft? And you're thinking, gee, was it the condom, or did I have too much alcohol? Or maybe you were the opposite. Maybe you turned into the marathon man, where you went on and you really had to focus to release. It became very difficult, and sometimes you couldn't release. So maybe you faked it and acted like you did release, thinking that no one would notice, or maybe you just took matters into your own hands and went from there. You were concerned enough about it to mention it to your doctor when you saw your doctor for your annual exam. And what you heard is that maybe it's your age, you are getting older, the body doesn't perform like it did when you were 21 or 25, or maybe the doctor was telling you it was anxiety and that maybe you had a lot of stress going on in your life. But a lot of times the doctors will just give you the latest in pills, of course, the Viagra, the Cialis, and say, hey, if that helps, that's great. And then you're off on your own. Has that ever happened to you? I have studied over 35 years documenting research on the habits of over 50,000 men and 25,000 women, and I have come to an interesting discovery. I have discovered that 62% of men have acquired a syndrome due to their habits. I call this syndrome golden hand syndrome, and the true definition of golden hand syndrome is the inability or the difficulty to release with anyone other than themselves. And there are 12 stages of golden hand syndrome. In the 12 stages of golden hand syndrome, it has nothing to do with your age. It's all about your habits. You can be in your 20s and acquire it. You can be in your 30s or on up. But it's all about your habits. And you can go from stage to stage to stage, but when you hit the 11th stage, it gets to be more serious. It gets serious in the 11th stage because when you hit the 11th stage, or sometimes 11 into 12, what you're finding is that you have trained your body over time to only release with your touch. When your body learns over time that it's okay to release, whether it's soft or hard, because you've trained it that way, you've trained it that it's okay to release soft or hard, it will go ahead and save its energy for other parts of your body. Age doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. It will save the energy for other functions that your body has. So it's not going to put energy into the strength of your erection if it knows that whether it's soft or whether it's hard, you're not going to give up until it has its pleasure. It will save the energy and give you that pleasure, but it will give you that pleasure whether you're hard or whether you're soft, because that's what you're training your body to do. If you've trained your body to only come with your golden hand, you can retrain your body if it's not too late. Like I said, there's 12 stages, and if you haven't hit the 12th stage, then there is hope. You can retrain your body. There are 4 main habits that men have that will put them in a position to have the golden hand syndrome. Some men have one of the habits, other men have more than one habit together. And depending on your habits, you can reverse the golden hand syndrome if you change your habits. And in the next episode, we're going to go into the first habit of golden hand syndrome that you need to address to make sure that you're being the very best that you can be. If you hit the 12th stage of golden hand syndrome, then it'll go away. There is no 13th stage, because once you hit the 12th stage of golden hand syndrome, it turns into ED, which is erectile dysfunction, and then you will not be able to get any strength. And ED can affect men of any age, so that's something you don't want. And so for that reason, we're going to go over the 4 habits, the 4 main habits that men have that will bring about the golden hand syndrome. And so you want to make sure that you're not doing these 4 main things so that you can be your very best for a very long time. Anyway, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in my next episode, and that'll be Golden Hand Syndrome Part 2.